Yeah. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Change the Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Got a great show planned tonight. Tonight, we're going to be discussing, are you waiting on another stimulus check? It's going to be an open discussion on about creating and waiting on different opportunities in life. I know we hear sometimes people like, yeah, I want another check and everything, but it's not really anything economic related, but it's more so just things that I've observed over the past couple months in regards to how people have been reacting to the different changes in the world. And I just want to have like an open dialogue, with everyone in regards to the state of being, how things are, people relating to, the economy, life, and everything like that,
Right.
Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my awesome producers, DJ Lab and Slick 316.
What's going on? Thursday again.
Happy Thursday, that's what I'm talking about.
One more again.
One more again. Super exciting time. Usually I start all the shows and everything like that. We're gonna rehash the previous week. We're still in, as all every Thursday past couple months. We're still in the middle of the pandemic.
Right.
Hope everybody out there being safe, practicing social distancing, washing their hands, and doing all the stuff you're supposed to do. I want to say thanks to my brother DJ Lab for helping us out this weekend with a candid conversation with the brothers of BMU. And I also want to announce that DJ Lab is also one of the newest members of the BMU family.
That's right.
He got his shirt and everything.
That's right. What?
But it was real cool. And everybody that came out Saturday was real cool. Again, BMU, Black Men United, which is an awesome organization. Local Atlanta-based organization I'm part of here in Atlanta. We had a candid conversation at something to drink on a Metropolitan. It's a smooth, I won't say smoothie, Afrocentric,
health, kind of healthy.
Yeah, real health conscious place.
Yeah.
Man, check them out. Like I said, that's something to drink on Metropolitan. Man, she had a salmon croissant. You go in a restaurant, you already kind of like, I don't know if I want to eat this, that, and that. Hey, me and all the kids, they had already been instructed, be hungry.
Right.
And then, all the kids, they get, the lady, she came and gave all the containers, and everybody like, damn, stomach growling.
Yeah.
Man, that stuff was delicious.
That salmon croissant was
Woo!
And it was free.
Oh, my God. Well, it was paid for. They were courtesy of BMU and everything.
But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I tell you, man, it was delicious.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you about that one.
The croissant was perfectly warm. The salmon delicious. So please check out.
And I never had a fried salmon.
Oh, me either, man.
I never had deep fried salmon.
Oh, man, I sat there and popped that thing in my mouth like a Tic Tac. Me and the kids were like, man, just talking about it. But yeah, something to drink on Metropolitan. Check them out. Real cool. But it was a great discussion we had. The brother, I talked on the financial piece. Brother named Zion. He has an organization called PASS. What is it? Protection of search against search and seizures.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what it is. And he talked about constitutional law. It was a real good dialogue and everything like that. And it felt real good to have brothers in there, sisters too, just in there talking about different things and stuff. And if you ever want to, guys want to find it, I have it. You can go to the Change Live website under the speeches, and I also have it under Mr. Short Dollar tagged as well. And I think I tagged BMU on it also.
Mm-hmm.
And everything, but it was a great event, getting that candid conversation. I want to thank everybody.
It's on your Change Your Lives page too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's on there, and then I tagged it on Mr. Short Dollar.
Oh, okay.
Also and everything. So again, just go to it's under the speeches. I put it on the speeches and everything. So
you want to put it on your Facebook page?
Yeah, I probably need to do that.
Yeah, we'll upload to your Facebook page.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we'll get uploaded to the Facebook page. But it was awesome, man. Again, I appreciate everybody that came out. Everybody contributed and stuff like that. And we look to do things like that in the future. So, again, just stay posted, be on the lookout for it and everything. Next thing I want to know, just kind of let everybody know, I am extending the free advice. Son came over, spirit hit me.
Okay.
The spirit hit me. So I'm still going to be giving free advice sessions and everything like that. So if anybody, again, I'm accounted by profession, also a business consultant. So if you... We've been, since April, giving out free 10-minute business sessions. I still will have a rate change in my normal services coming up, but I'm going to offer everybody 10 free minute sessions where you can go book an appointment to, if you have a question about, personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, you can go and book that session. Those links to that are always at the bottom of the videos. You can also go to my company, Majestic Business Services. We can reach us on the web at www.majesticbiz.com. You'll see the link for scheduling an appointment or the scheduling link, and you'll see all the different kind of appointments you can have, and you'll see the one for the free advice sessions and stuff like that. Again, even if you, with everything that I do, all the business I have, all the links are at the bottom of the YouTube video. So if you go by the YouTube channel and you look at the different videos, all the links from the Facebook, the websites, all the booking appointments, all links are there. Instagram as well. So everything's there. So, you have, all kind of access, even my phone number at the office. So all that is on there. So you have a lot of accessibility. So please take advantage of it again. And I don't know when it's going to end, so ride the spirit while you can.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Next, schools reopen. It was very interesting to see. Paulding County. Hey, the school system out here, are they open? They open next week?
I think they're open next week.
Oh, they're doing virtual. Okay. Check out Paulding County.
They not virtual.
Nah, they ain't virtual.
They're virtual.
No. I was just really shocked. And I guess me being ignorant, I just assumed that all schools in Metro Atlanta were just doing virtual. Just because the volume of people in trafficking, I went, and you go in some places in Georgia, people forget, me being a native Atlanta, but my family from all over the state, people get Atlanta sometimes confused, Georgia confused with Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Whereas when you go into a lot of the towns in Georgia, you're talking about population not even over 5,000 people.
That's true.
So it's nothing to see even some of these school systems that cover 3 counties, and you still don't even have 1,000 kids in there. So I can understand because you really don't have that many people. But I just would have like I said, out of sheer ignorance, all school systems in Metro Atlanta were just virtual.
Nah.
And I was just shocked, and to see the kids like that in the hallway. I don't like using words like dumb or stupid, leadership, but just very unwise.
Irresponsible.
Yeah.
Irresponsible.
Because that's the thing. Because I really, in my heart, I don't think nobody wants a kid to get sick.
Right.
Or a kid to get ill. But it's just like me when I coach those kids, things you can't control, hey, just let that go. Hey, look, we don't need to have that. People like Coach Burden, you want to do this, move to another association? No, because when them kids get sick, they're not going to look at y'all. Coach Burden, why you got them out there? I can't have that on my conscience.
Your name going to come up first.
Exactly. I mean, and not even worry about even my name, it's just how I'm going to feel.
Right.
So I was just surprised.
Cherokee County, they had 19 kids with coronavirus and had to quarantine kids and students on the second day. The second day of school already. That's what I was talking about.
And you just try to figure the logic of that.
It's all political. It's all political, right? This pandemic thing has been politicized to the hilt now. It's all political. It's all about trying to get back to looking normal. That's it.
Well, what you do find out? Because I got one of my best friends is a truck driver, and me and him was just sitting there talking the other week, and he was sharing with me that a lot of trucking companies were laying people off because, just say some of the major distributors will deliver to the school systems. Since they don't have virtual no more, they don't need you, and those are major contracts.
Right.
So you sit there, and a lot of things you don't think about that was happening are not happening. Remember the day, what Uber put out, they had like so much $1 billion loss.
Yeah.
In
Uber
a quarter.
lost
But the funny part about it, and it goes back to the show we had about pivoting, the ride share driving part had its major loss.
But the food
the
part.
takeout that exploded. And that's the thing about it. Just when we talk about pivoting and everything, and it's just gonna go into with tonight's show a lot about when you have these changes in life and stuff like that. How do you react to it? You sit and wait on it, or you sit there and just say, "Look, I'm gonna take control." But I just also want to just recommend parents, before we get it started in the show, go back to the show we did a couple weeks ago about how to what was it? God, I'm forgetting the name of the show. How to help your kids go to school virtually. Work with your kids going to school virtually. That was our show about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I gave a whole blueprint on things you need to do with having child go to school virtually. And it had me poking my chest out for a little bit because I've done these little virtual town halls with my kids' teachers and stuff.
Right.
And when they go through the little step by step, I'm like, well, shit, that's what I had on my shirt. Yeah, man, I need to be in a circus with my crystal ball. It's my calling.
Right.
But yeah, check out that video in regards. And I think it'll help because even when you talk to your kids, teachers, and administrators, they're going to give you the best thing for your kid to be successful in school with going to school virtually. But that show in particular helps in terms of the other stuff outside of that, prepping before then, because they're giving you a checklist of things they need for school. I gave you a whole blueprint on how to prepare for that, how to do that, how to be responsive to those certain things and stuff like that. So yeah, check out the video we did about preparing your kids to go to school virtually. That was a show we did about 2 weeks ago. Parents of I know you've been meeting and going to the different open houses virtually with the schools. That video should be a good supplement to anything that that you've learned so far, spoken with your kids, teachers or administrators about with school, and it should help you out, with this upcoming school year. Again, it's Change Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel. We're on YouTube, Facebook, IG at Deonte_77. But Change Lives on Facebook and YouTube. We shoot way over 200 videos. Been putting out doing a lot of good work. Everything's going great. We talk about motivation, personal development, and all family and parenting and everything. And it's been exciting, man. See the interaction that everybody's having, seeing the way the channel's been growing. We're still on Project 4,000. We had 3,300 subscribers and stuff like that. We're going to try to get 4,000 by the end of August.
3,390.
3,390.
Yeah.
But who's counting? Who's counting? So I really want you guys, keep pushing it. Also go to Mr. Short Dollar. That's my other YouTube page. We talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and real estate investing. Mr. Short Dollar been on a spike, and everything, just with the growth. I did a video, that little one video that I did.
Still kicking.
Man, 14,000 views.
Amen.
14,000
views.
That ain't nothing paid for.
Right.
Ain't nothing ordered.
Organic.
Legitimate. Hey, and I'm talking about, 300 comments and questions. Where I've been back and forth interacting with people. And that video is what I put the least
effort,
no editing.
You ain't think about it. You was like, I'm going to do this real quick and go to breakfast.
no lighting, no anything and everything. But, man, it's been great, man. So if you got any, you want good information, stay abreast. And I also been getting like weekly and sometimes bi-weekly financial economic updates talking about the stimulus program, the different SBA loans, how everything's affecting the economy, being in from the banking, real estate, and everything. So check it out. We got a lot of good information on there. I had a video today. I was talking about 5 tips you can have to get your business finances in order. What was the other video I had? I actually did a live stream today. Also about God, what was the live stream about? I got so much stuff going on. The live stream today. The live stream we did today was, and it'd be beneficial. I had 2 videos I posted. 3.
Right.
The live stream was about, I gave a whole blueprint what parents need to do to help your child establish credit.
Okay. Okay.
That was like a 12-minute video. I got
Right.
went through the whole blueprint is, just helping parents be proactive with helping their children establish credit, so you alleviate the issue of having to co-sign and pay for things in the future. So again, check that out on Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. It's also shared on the should be shared on the Facebook page too.
Okay.
We always want you, that's a preferred vehicle going on YouTube, checking it out. But again, I gave you the whole blueprint on a live stream I did about how to help your child establish credit and everything. So check that out on Mr. Short Dollar. We're going into tonight's show. Like I said, tonight again we're talking about, are you waiting on your stimulus check? And no, we're not talking about, you get another stimulus check. I want to have this open discussion in regards to, are you creating or waiting on, different opportunities in life?
Okay.
And people, please, chime in with any questions you got while we're doing this. I want this to be a real interactive show. So if you got any questions or anything like that, make sure, you put them out there. And I'm going to tell you what spurred the idea of doing this show. I was in the grocery store about a week ago. Seen 2 older guys talking, they be, the older man, they see each other. Hey, boy, give me some money. I had your money. I do this. No, but I ain't got no money. I ain't got nothing but problems and all that. Our old men greet each other.
Right.
Yeah. And I heard him say, boy, you waiting on Trump, give you know one of them stimulus checks? Yes, sir. You think he going to give us one? Yes, sir. I got some plans.
Uh-huh.
And I thought to myself, like, how many people are really, truly waiting on these checks to come and everything?
It's a lot weight.
Well, and the thing of it is just with doing it, and you turn around that I want to have that discussion, like how people have, put their life around revolving on certain things being created, given, or whatever for them life, and without them just taking the reins of certain things.
Okay.
And you start thinking about certain things that happened since probably the pandemic started, and I thought about the first thing came to my mind was back when what was that, end of March,
Mm-hmm.
and they brought the stimulus checks out.
Yeah.
And all your cousins about to tear down all them damn tax offices.
Yours too.
They were going at it.
Funny.
Woo! Deonte. Now what is this? I ain't got my But it was something to see, and everybody just going, just the notion that money coming in, people doing it, and then when the checks came in, so you had the checks coming in, then you had another spin where everybody getting another $600 on unemployment,
Right.
and then you seen, because are there people out here that legitimately need the money? Absolutely.
Right.
Well, the people out here that got the money, and it just was like, okay,
Right.
time to ball till we fall. And what you seen was, to be honest with you, even with the people that were unemployed, there was no major drop off in lifestyle. Now I will get this big disclaimer, because I do know there were protests at a couple of state unemployment offices in the past week where people were saying they still haven't even got,
still
still haven't
gotten
received it and all thing like that. So again, this is not a slight at anybody. I am very conscious there's some people out there that need it and some people that still haven't received it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the case for the vast majority.
Right.
And you seen the lines at the mall with people trying to get Air Jordans.
Right.
You seen not really a big downturn in the economy.
No, because
Entirely.
that was the purpose of the $600 was to keep the economy going, because they figured if you give you that kind of money, you're gonna spend it, and they were exactly right.
Yeah. The thing of it is, was it spent wisely? Was it spent for survival or was it spent for shopping?
I think a lot of it was spent, like you say, at they normal, spending on what they normally was spending on, maybe a little bit more because they was making a little bit more. But I don't think the lifestyle changed any, because if they wasn't paying bills when they were working and getting a check, they probably still wasn't paying bills when they got that $600, because they were doing exactly the same thing that they had been doing prior to it. And that was another kicker.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We finna see the rainfall come from that soon.
Yeah. You ain't have to pay
Yeah.
bills, and you getting this money.
Come on now. And now all the landlords finna sit here and put
Everybody out.
eviction notices out where they really don't want to go there, because now they ain't.
Yeah.
How you gonna evict people and you really ain't got tenants to move in. You got probably a super backlog at all the county offices to evict people. It's gonna be rough, man.
Yeah.
September's gonna be a month of reckoning.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a month of reckoning.
When all them bills come due, and all them light bills and gas bills, they say, okay, well, it's been 3 months. Where you at?
Our bill said at the top, that after July 26th, your bill gotta be paid or we gonna cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't
Yeah.
making no more arrangements, no more, it's over.
It's gonna be unique to see how things go. I start thinking about even with like all the stuff coming from the business standpoint, all the idle and PPP loans and people getting this advanced stuff and people doing this kind of stuff and all this money coming in and people just
Now, on that PPP loan and stuff, I heard on NPR today that they said they finna start checking for fraud. Starting in the next couple of weeks, they finna start going through looking, because they said they feel like they said that they had a lot of fraud, and they finna start going through checking on all these people that say they got businesses and seeing what's up. They ain't say it like that, but you get what I'm saying.
Well, I know they were saying. I got a family member work with SBA. You already said it.
Yeah.
In the lending department.
Yeah.
Because the thing of it is, you had the pot of money. You had to get the money out.
Mm-hmm.
The money was out, so you couldn't go through normal underwriting scrutiny. So they're going to ask you, do you have this, that, and that? Were you a business and whatever? People go online and get a tax ID number. They got these folks that I'll hook you up, I'll get you the money.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it went to your account, not their account.
Mm-hmm.
You paid them, and you going back saying to them it's just your word against theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. And that's the thing about it is, unfortunately, you had all these different things that have come about and gone in the past couple months. I think once the dust settles, whoo boy, it's gonna be rough. And we even having these conversations. The energy that I think people look and took, okay, man, this money is out there. Go get this money and do this, that, and that. Were you just doing it because somebody gave you the opportunity or just threw it in your face that it was there?
Right.
Would you have had that same energy to take initiative to go back and do it? Go and do it on your own?
Mm-hmm.
More likely not.
Right.
You're moving because it was given to you.
Right.
It was made accessible to you. Not you went and got it or you really looked into it. I'm just using this for example. I did a video on Mr. Short Dollar about, if you denied for the SBA PPP loans, certain things they'll need. I did another video on the different forms that you would need.
That you need.
And, just to go into that, do you know I get more questions about, they turned me down. I said, well, just get in contact with them. Mm-hmm. Well, how do I get in contact with them? And, just the normal thing of Googling and getting a number.
They send you update emails every so.
That's not exactly to the point, but it just go to show, again, people just want it to fall in their lap.
Oh.
People want things to just fall into their lap. Mm-hmm. That's the thing about it. If it takes 1% of effort to do it, I don't want to be dealing with it.
Right.
Even when you start talking about some of the stuff with the loans and stuff like that, just say if you don't need the money, that's one thing. But if you know you need it, just say, okay, we're going to get this to you, because you might have been saying for the past 365 days, we just need a loan, we need capital, we need to do this, we need to do that, right? But now it's available to you. Well, I just want the grant. I don't want to pay them back. Mm-hmm. Well, they give it to you.
Right.
This is what and again, there'll be, God forbid, you don't want to go through another pandemic, but there'll never be another time where this kind of stuff will be available to you. Mm-hmm. Take advantage of it, especially you say you normally would need it. But just the whole point, I got to pay them back stuff. Nobody wants to do that.
Right.
And a lot of this got to do with, again, because stuff was just dropped into you, and they want to take advantage of it. Mm-hmm. We get more calls and questions about, and I understand it. I'm not trying to sit here and say, get a loan where you can get some money for free. I ain't saying that. But people are just looking for what they can get.
Right.
I don't want that. Where are the grants at? Where are the grants? And I think people, when they hear the word grant, they know grant is they don't look at grants for fun. The people look at grants because they don't have to pay them back.
Right.
And I don't think people understand. I just know this being, member of the 100. When you get those actual high dollar grants, you got to come to the table with so much stuff that what you're going to do, these whole matrices of how you're going to do it. You got to do all these monthly and quarterly checks with them. I mean, it's so, you actually are you able to get grants to fund it without people checking on you? Yeah, it's possible. But for the most part, you actually have to have this blueprint on what you're going to do with it and be following through on it. But people, because again, it goes back to you have to be putting in some kind of work or whatever, this, that, and that. Nah, it's all turned off. And I was just listening. You listen to people that, they live in a reactive state. Okay. And just saying that, hey, we got to wait on this. They gonna give us another stimulus check, or they gonna get some more PPP funding. They're going to try to get rid of the unemployment. Nobody ain't get rid of unemployment. If we didn't have COVID-19 and you just went on your regular $300 a month, I know it varies from state to state. Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
Right. That's just the unemployment.
Now, because that dropped into you, now things ain't fair. Mm-hmm. When somebody do something for you, give you something, can you always look at it like that?
Right.
And everything. And people look at it and say, well, the government got it, they can make it accessible. Yeah, but we really don't know what kind of hole we digging ourselves in.
Right.
That's the kind of thing about it.
And that $600 was kind of just off the cuff. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? If they would have sat down and thought about it, they probably wouldn't have gave that much. They probably wouldn't have gave that much to everybody. They probably would have gave $100 or $200 more, but they just kind of, it was a reaction. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's why I want everybody to make sure you subscribe to Mr. Short Dollar. Because I just gave an update the other night. Congress met Monday night. Mm-hmm. And Senate goes into recess tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
They said they won't get nothing done.
Exactly. PPP ends on Saturday, August 8th. And one of the main sticking points with the unemployment is the Democrats want to keep it at 600. The Republicans want to reduce it to
200. Yeah.
if they want it. But that's it. And I think that's a big sticking point with everything. And again, we're looking
The
at
president said he's going to override all of them and do an executive order and give everybody whatever they want. Now, but that's basically what he said, because it's an election
in
year.
exchange for a vote.
It's an election year,
Black vote.
and he need to make sure he get reelected. So, put on what they talking about.
And you know what? He's the man to do it.
Yeah.
He's the man to We've seen time and time again, anything got to do with just normalcy or anything like that, or political correctness or tradition.
He is not doing it.
He ain't got nothing to deal with it. Again, this is Change the Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You're checking us out on YouTube right now. Make sure you like the video, leave comments. Also, same thing with Facebook and Instagram. On Instagram, I'm Deonte_77. Still Changing Live, hosted by Deonte Burden on Facebook. Interact with it, leave feedback, like the videos and everything. We want to make sure we get as much traffic and everything pushing through on the videos and everything. And getting a nice show. We're talking about, are you waiting on another stimulus check? And we'll have an open discussion in regards to how people care about creating or waiting on different opportunities in life. And kind of swinging into that, what I was looking at, I was thinking about how people are, right? And I was just looking at in terms of, I look at, there are two predominant mentalities in the world, and that being, I look at it called movers and waiters.
Okay.
Now, let me give another disclaimer. There's nothing right or wrong about how you are. I'm a hard charger. I like doing what I do. My family, for the most part, they ain't like me. I have one or two family members kind of like me. They're like, okay, cool. I want to go work at a Ford plant, get a job at UPS, work there 30 years, call it a day.
Right.
Get a job at the post office, like win the Super Bowl. I can work there, retire, make good wages, cool, get my pension.
Right.
You know me, I've been through the ringer where I tried to do all that, pass over for promotion after promotion, bamboozle, bojangle. What they call it, buck broke.
Buck broke.
Buck broke and everything. You name it, I had it done to me, and ran me out to just want to do things for myself. And I say this to say that no matter how I feel about what I personally do for myself, I never, it's all about the me. And life is to be happy. So you want to work for somebody, or if you want to do your own thing, it's cool as long as you're happy.
Right.
That's just my philosophy. I know everybody have strong points on either end, because I've had people like, I don't want to work nobody, I want to do my own thing and stuff like that. Okay, you cool with them problems that come along with it.
Right.
And I have people like, shit, that say stuff like, I don't want to deal with that. You spend all your money, I just rather go to work, do that and stuff. It's cool.
Right.
It's just, again, where can you navigate with the pros and cons of each one? Like I spoke, on Saturday about it. You can't want the freedom of an entrepreneur with the security of having a job. You got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. You can't have both of them.
Right. It don't work that way.
No. You had somebody's job telling what you gonna do or what they need to do.
You gonna come in?
Yeah. Okay.
What time I'll be in? I'll be in about 12.
Oh hell, how you feel? You feel? Man, come on now.
Right.
That's just how that is and stuff like that. You can't be out there on your own, thinking, okay, man, black folks don't want to support you. You know who your family are when they want to buy your kente cloth.
Right.
They want your shea butter. Black folks don't want to support black folks and all that stuff. You trying to sell this oil that has no pleasant aroma whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah.
It smell good to only you.
Yeah. Got your bison oil, bison fragrance, caveman
Make
perfume.
all your joints loose and pain go away, right?
Man, you rub that stuff on, it got you burning for days. It's an old African herb. It's what they were. It rise from the Zulu tribe.
Exactly.
Rub it on your joints. You burning like hell. You like, man, shit.
Gotta get the shit.
I can't even wash it off. Your Zulu ointment and everything. Got you missing your hurt knee.
You missing your hurt knee because it's burning so bad. just wish my knee would hurt. I don't want this burn.
boy, that's But we just talk about those two ways, those two mentalities, being the movers and the waiters. You kind of look at both when we talk about movers. Kind of like people that constantly look for opportunities, don't necessarily wait for things to happen. People that kind of adjust to change. People that also want control. And we start talking about looking at things like looking for opportunities, not necessarily like wanting a promotion, but more so like, hey, that's something I can make some money with, or that's something I can do, or that's a different thing. They look for things that they can advance them, not necessarily financially, but just things that they can actually do.
That may advance them later financially.
Exactly, may advance them later financially.
You do things based on, okay, well, I'm going to do this now to get recognition and see how I do me later on. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
because what I don't want people confused is a mover can be somebody that's an entrepreneur or somebody that's working with them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, we talking about mentalities.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about necessarily, entrepreneurs or people that are working, or just being a regular employee. We're just talking about straight mentalities. Because you have two people that go into a company at the same time. One person goes in with aspirations of being a CEO. One person go in just like, man, I'm finna get my check. I'm finna go to work. I ain't trying to talk to these folks. I just want my money.
Exactly.
It's just saying they went in at the same start date, same time, same supervisor and everything, but everybody got different agendas.
Exactly.
Some sit here, like, look, we gotta do we're gonna do an adjustment to people coming in. By say the schedule adjustment, y'all gotta work, a different shift and everything. Some guys be like, man, okay, cool, we'll be there. What time to start? And just move on. You got some folks, man, we finna have us a great discussion. Now, why every time we gotta
Yeah.
Man, this they job. They say y'all gotta do the shift change.
Right.
Gotta do it and everything. You got, people again, where, they want to sit here and say, well, look, man, if I'm gonna do this, I want to do this because I know I gotta pay this money. I know I gotta do this. And some folks just like, man, I don't want to deal with whatever they make for me. I just wait on that and everything. We just talking about straight mentality. We talk about now those actual movers, and those waiters. And again, with nothing negative about it, they kind of wait for stuff to be kind of laid out for them. Wait for this, that, and that. Let us know what's going on, and sit here and whatever you guys come up with, we'll just wait for it and stuff like that. They don't want to go ask for a raise. They don't want to ask for certain things. Whatever just laid out.
They feel you should see what they're doing to give them the raise.
Yeah. If they even just assume, just
right.
Go with it. Yeah, exactly. Well, I went to work every day and stuff like that. And take what happened. They fine with status quo. They don't want too much change and all that kind of stuff. Why they gonna make us do this? Why we gonna do that? Y'all, when we talk about them break room, them break room politicians.
Right.
Man, these folk here, I'm tired of them and all this, that, and that. Supervisor walk in, boy. Woo.
How you doing, sir?
They're not comfortable, not no structure given. Everything gotta be laid out. Everything gotta be laid out in terms of how things are, what's going on and everything like that. They're not comfortable with actually devising their own schedule and structuring things themselves. They want everything to be mapped out. And again, like I said, we can keep going this disclaimer. Nothing wrong with either one, but just we talking about the mentalities with the movers and the waiters. And what I always want to think about is looking at in terms of what kind of impact can either have on you. And you got to ask yourself sometimes, how do you feel about if you being a mover or being a waiter, And the first thing before I get into that, I do station ID. Get this Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. I know I get the reeling. Again, this is Changing Lives, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, the Facebook, and also Instagram, Deonte_77. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also check out Mr. Short Dollar. We talk about personal finance, entrepreneurship, business, and real estate investing. Tonight's show we're talking about, are you still waiting on another stimulus check? I know a lot of folks seem like, man, I'm posting it. Hell yeah. Bring it on. But no, this is not about another stimulus check. This is really about having that open dialogue about how do you feel about waiting.
Instead of making it happen, you waiting on it to happen.
Yeah, because like I said, it was spurred from a conversation I heard two older gentlemen about. They was just getting hyped. Yeah, Trump going to give us this, Trump going to give us that. Not even, because I would say the vast majority of people out here are probably clueless in terms of how everything going from how civics or anything like that go
Right.
with the Congress and the different houses and everything like that. People just see politicians. They make
Mhm.
laws, and this is how we live. We react and live, and go about that. And I just want to have a discussion in terms of how do you feel about people making these decisions for you?
For you, right?
You know, are you comfortable with it? Not comfortable with it? Because you got a lot of people out here that are just anti-government.
Mm-hmm.
We want to do this, we want to do that. But on the flip side of it is you have people that are anti-government, but they don't really have a clue on how to do certain things. The guy, I get asked questions all the time. Do we need to pay taxes? And people are like, yeah, I don't want to pay taxes. I want to do this, that, and that. Well, how you gonna pay for your police force?
Right.
How you gonna pay for your schools? How you gonna pay for roads and all that kind of stuff be going? It's like, you know, well, we can have our own this, that, and that. And I just, that's a whole nother show.
Right.
Just like, okay, it's, you know, I mean, Wakanda had leadership.
Right.
You know, like, damn, you just can't sit here and say, well, we're going to do this and stuff like that. You know, it's called
You
a
can't have
vast.
a hodgepodge of roads like this area roads are smooth, and then you go two blocks down and ain't no roads, it's dirt road, and that because that'll happen. You get what I'm saying? So it has to be a constant chemistry or flow of things. You get what I'm saying? You got to make sure it all kind of, it's not all the same, but consistent at least.
Well, we can actually go back. Let's be realistic. We can actually go back through ancient history, and there's always been structure in place.
Always.
I mean, you even go to, you know, just go back as far as just straight tribal days. They still had some kind of structure in terms of how different tribes interacted, how people traveled, how people hunted, you know, borders and everything like that. So there always has been structures. You know, we're not living in caves, so you got to have some kind of things in place,
Right.
and everything. No matter if you know, if it benefits you, don't benefit you, you like it or don't like it. There are just things in place for that, and for people to interact. You know, I think it's easy to sit here and look at it when you feel like it's not working for you, or you're not taking advantage, or you really don't know how it works to give certain opinions. But I think that's the case most of the time. People really just don't know how it works.
How it works, right?
And everything, and you're not really taking in consideration how it does impact you in a positive way. You're just looking at how it works on you in a perceived negative way.
Okay.
You know, not saying it doesn't affect you in a negative way, but a lot of times people look at it, you know, from a perception standpoint of being negative because, you know, things just ain't working for them in their life.
Right.
You know, and everything.
The
But
way
again,
they want it to work.
exactly. But you know, that's another show we have. But what I want to just sit here now, just have a discussion in regards to what kind of impact either one can have on you being a mover or a waiter. And the first thing I want to kind of bring up is when we're looking at movers and waiters.
Let me ask you a question real quick while you say movers and waiters.
Sure.
Do you think the vast majority of people, even though they may, do you think the vast majority of people feel like they are movers? Like you know what I'm saying? Like they feel like they movers. It may not necessarily be the case, but they feel that way. Like, oh, I'm a mover. I do this, I do that, I do this, I do that. But in all actuality, you're doing it because somebody is giving you you get what I'm saying? You're not doing it on your own. You're doing it because you're being told to do it, or because, you know, somebody's giving you the opportunity to do it.
No, I don't think the vast majority of people think that.
You really?
I think the vast majority of people, I don't think they think they're waiters, because when we talk about waiting, it's kind of like you maybe gets like a negative perception.
Right.
I think the vast majority of people think that they have control of themselves.
Okay.
But the vast majority of people are not trying to advance. The vast majority of people are just trying to maintain.
Okay.
I think that, you know, we can go back and we have different philosophies on the 1% and all the other kind of stuff like that. But those folks are different.
Mm-hmm.
Take out these people that have let's say we even talk about the people that have inherited.
Right.
You can inherit something and lose just as fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people that are certain ways, you know, your Bill Gates, your Warren Buffett, your Elon Musk, your Bezos and stuff like that, they're different.
Mm-hmm.
They're different. They move different.
Mm-hmm.
We can go into privilege and all that kind of stuff. You look at brother like Robert Smith, a sister like Oprah, like they're different.
Right.
They different. They bosses with a capital B.
Right.
They move different.
Right.
And everything like that. They take $1 million risk, $1 billion risk, and got $1 billion banks.
Mm-hmm.
They take $1 billion risk to lose billions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Right.
and the vast majority, you know, they take $5 scratch off risk. and shit ain't going no further.
Right.
They might take a $100 casino risk,
Right.
but they ain't finna sit here and bet that bank. Well, hey, I'm gonna lose everything I got
Mm-hmm.
to sit here and do this and all this kind of. They ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I say it. Like those people take those kind of risks and they're rewarded for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we just look at him like say a kingpin drug dealer. They actually take the kind of risk that warrants the kind of rewards and spoils that they have.
Right.
The joker on the corner, he nickel and diming,
Mm-hmm.
and he taking nickel and dime risks.
Yes, right.
Well, unfortunately, the nickel and dime risk and the kingpin risk gonna get you about the same amount of time. That's another story, another show. That's another show.
Right.
You know, but those kind of things. But no, I don't think so. I think mentality-wise, people feel like I don't think people want to acknowledge the amount of control they have and stuff like that. But I do think that the majority of the people out here just really want to work and just be cool, maintain and be cool.
Not stressed.
Yeah, exactly.
Bill
exactly.
paid, we good. We don't need no extra.
Exactly.
We just living good life.
Yeah, I think the vast majority of people in this world want to work.
Mm-hmm.
They want simple things, the stuff that's free. Family happy. They got somewhere to stay. They cool.
They can eat when they want.
Hey, do what they just cool. I think that's what the vast majority of people want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just straight. Got somewhere to stay. Family cool. They can be. You got a house. Your kids straight. I think that's what most people want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you got some people that's dirty, dirt, hard, greedy, one that takes all that extreme, and you got some folks like, look, man, Kuta Matata. I ain't gonna bathe. I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna live in this tree house.
Right. And I'm good. I'm gonna get off the grid. I don't need no cell phone. I don't need no TV. I don't need nothing. No internet service. I'm gonna catch my food.
Yeah, as long as I can catch me an armadillo or a coyote, shit, I'm good.
Right.
Yeah.
Plant me some fruits and vegetables in around the tree. Living life.
Both of them, they're both spectrum. So, but I do think the vast majority of people there, I just do they look at it being movable way to just live.
I always felt that most people feel like they movers.
You think
Like,
so?
I just feel like that most people think that they are movers, like they making things happen. And in reality, you standing still. I feel like most people feel that way.
That they moving?
That they moving. And I think it's more that they are moving, that they running in place. You get what I'm saying?
Hamster wheel.
Yes, they running in place.
That's a good perception.
Because
it's something
if
to think
you talk
on.
to anybody, I don't think if we have a candid conversation with anybody that they're gonna say, "Nah, I'm a waiter," or "Nah, I just want to be." Most people always think that they movers. To me, like I said, to me, this is my own perception that most people think that they move, like they making things happen.
Yeah. Well, no, that's all we do in giving perceptions.
Right.
Neither one got no facts and
Right,
everything.
right.
That's a good number. That's a good observation.
And they may think they move, but they running in place.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And you know, again, I think the way I think, but that's something to think on
Yeah.
and everything. And that's a good point, Lab.
Because you
know,
have to. I mean, don't get me wrong. Even entrepreneurs run in place sometimes because they hit a wall and they get stagnant as to what they need to do next to make things happen. But they're always thinking about what needs to happen next. What can happen next? When you have a true entrepreneur, sure, we all hit walls, but we all think about what's next. Okay, what can I do now?
Yeah.
You know, what can I do? 2 weeks from now, what do I need to do? To make things. And it might not work.
Yeah.
But they think about it. You get what I'm saying?
All the time.
And whereas you have people who think they moves, they're not thinking about what's next or what they can do to advance the brand, or because their mentality is I'm a mover because they feel like they making money or they get money or whatever. But in all actuality, like you said earlier, a lot of moves you make don't even necessarily contain monetary reward.
Well, let's look at it like this. How many pictures do you see on social media during tax time where folks got the money like this?
Right.
But they all in church in the summer. Selling plates.
Yeah.
You know, selling biscuits. I mean, baskets.
Right.
And all that kind of stuff there.
Right.
Ain't nobody selling no damn basket in January, February. They flashing it.
Right.
But they selling fish, baskets,
Right.
T-shirts, whatnots.
Whatnots. Widgets.
I went with my grandmama and whatnots. All them time, my grandma had all them little trinkets and stuff with the whole whatnots and everything. But You can just see that, man.
Right.
Like you said, that's a good point. Just feel like, okay, I'm moving. That's a good point, brother. But you know, either way, people got to be realistic what they can handle or what they can make happen. You know, and I think that's what a major part about it was just looking at being a mover and a waiter. A lot of times people don't look at it like, okay, like I said, do you want to have that stress and all that other stuff on your head about what you can do and what you can't do, or if I lose this or lose that? Some folks like, hey, I'm gonna lay it down and I'm gonna do it and everything like that. I'm gonna give up sleep. I'm gonna give up partying. I'm gonna give up this time. So we're gonna be uncomfortable. I can't take my girl out or nothing like that for a month or two. She cool with that. We're gonna buy into this, but we're gonna grind. And look, this is the light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
Some folks ain't with that. You know, what was the movie Acrimony?
I don't know.
That movie with you seen that with
Taraji, it was a Tyler Perry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
with everything. That was a friend of mine. His son was the actor
Really?
with the younger one, the younger the younger inventor, the husband. But that's a buddy of mine. That's his son.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah. Shout out Lil Antonio. But that was a very big thing when you look at it in terms of, you see people, a man that was really, he truly did love his wife, and he grinded. She sacrificed so much for his dream and everything like that. But, you know, to her credit, she had that point, like, this ain't going nowhere.
Right.
And when he hit it, he hit it.
Right.
But you sit there and look at it, that took almost 10 to 15 years to get those billions of dollars.
Right.
And, you know, when he got laid out, hey, we finna give you this money. Like, no.
All right.
They cut the check. He like, no.
Right.
And she like, what the hell? Well, he got nowhere to stay. But he knew, and that was his dream. And I think that is extremely difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't necessarily, I couldn't even fault her for not wanting to ride.
Mm-hmm.
I can't sit there because I don't know too many people would.
Right.
And everything like that. Because sometimes you kind of just question certain things, you know, whatever. But that was just a classic example of to see what kind of fortitude or commitment or whatever you have. Because a lot of times we see and get commitment, you know, confused with foolishness.
Right.
Like, hey, man, look, this ain't really working, man. You know, you hear about those, that old fable about the diamonds in the field.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that one man was digging for, you know, years and just gave up. We got to be out there with a month or two. You know, struck it and found it. You know. I don't believe that shit. Really.
Hit a 44 carat.
Yeah. Acrimony was a movie, and that stuff was a fable.
Right.
So, you
right.
know, but a lot of times, but it is a whole thing about people do have to make a certain commitment, and people have to be realistic. Are you that type of person to sit here and get those scars and get those headaches and get that pain of working and feel like a constant failure with doing it?
Yeah.
And it's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough, man. You know.
I mean, we talk about Gates and Bezos and all those guys and the Apple and how they started in the garage. I mean, Steve Jobs and them said they used to eat noodles there a lot because they really didn't have no money. And they did that for 10 years, like for years.
When I heard the story about Elon Musk and him and his brother was renting a garage above garage room, and they were going to the YMCA to take baths. And they eat noodles during the day and coding all night. And then you sit there and look at what they've built with the restaurants, PayPal, SpaceX, solar panels, Tesla, and everything. And you sit there and look at they had to go from the dungeon to get what they had.
But it took years. He said it took him so many years. He said it was like so many days he got up. He was like, I ain't doing this no more. But it wasn't no overnight deal. It wasn't no 2-year deal. I think he said they were doing that for like 10, 11 years.
You know, you're talking about, you know, affecting marriages, affecting family, and all that kind of stuff. To go through that kind of stuff like that, it's extremely difficult. Because, again, you know, most people don't want to sit here and look at in terms of question themselves and question certain things that they got to go through to get to a certain spot. And I get it.
Right.
And I think that's when we start talking about these movers and waiters, like, you got to be realistic what kind of person you are. And another thing to take into consideration is more control doesn't necessarily mean make things happen more. It just means that you can react a little faster.
Okay.
And that's the thing. A lot of times people want, you know, they want more control and that mean okay, I can do this and all that stuff. You just probably react a little fast, but that don't mean you can make things happen any quicker
Right.
and everything. And I think you just got to kind of internally do that little self check. We talk about that all the time. Them self assessments.
That's self-assessment.
And like I said, self assessment are painful because you got to be realistic. All the shortcomings you bring to the table, things that you aren't doing, and everything like that. You go, and we all should sit sometime and reflect on
I
certain
do it
things.
every day. I do it every day. I ain't gonna even lie. I reflect every day. Every day. It's just because it's just how I'm built, and I always feel like it's got to be something I'm not doing because things should be moving better, or they should be moving faster, or something. It just how when you sit up and think about stuff, and you like, man, it's got to be something I did wrong, or you think about stuff that you didn't do that you could have done.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
reflect on just life in general. You reflect on where you are now versus where you were and where you probably could have been if you had turned left instead of right.
Yeah, and you say now one time that you ain't happy.
Right.
You just checking yourself.
Right.
That's all it is. And people, it's not a saying, okay, you're not happy, you don't love your life or anything like that, but you just put yourself in, looking at that man in the mirror. Man, what can I be doing different? What can I be doing better? What am I tripping on?
Now sometimes my reflection. Sometimes I be unhappy. I be like, damn, this can't be it.
I get that part, but
because when you reflect, if you don't have any emotions in it, then you're not really reflecting. You get what I'm saying? Reflection takes a deep dive understanding of who you are as a person, but also you have to deep dive through your emotions, your feelings, your understandings, and your knowledge of yourself.
Absolutely.
And if you don't do that, you're not going to be. If you don't understand that reflection, you're not going to be. You're not going to be emotional. You have emotions when you reflect on things that you've done and things that you haven't done or things that you need to do.
Absolutely. And I think that's, again, we go back to most folks don't want to do that because it's easy to blame other people and blame circumstances.
Right.
And so that's why I think like that. Now we're gonna raise hell about what the government and what Trump ain't did or what Obama didn't do.
Right.
That's why we didn't do that, as opposed to looking at all the vast majority of programs that Obama had in place. Some of the crazy ones Bush had in place. Did you take advantage of it? Okay, well look, this president, I remember before I even go into that, when Nathan Deal became governor, and that's different from when we got current governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp. When Nathan Deal became governor of Georgia, he had a vast expansion of the whole SBDC, Small Business Development Centers in the state of Georgia. He was real big on small business development, and I'm bringing this up because a lot of people weren't aggressive with taking advantage of it. Even now we start looking at these different hub zones and opportunity zones that are out there. Are you sitting there? From a federal standpoint, there are programs out there now that you can take advantage of. It's hell and there's a lot of work to research it and do it.
Yeah.
But you can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. You really can do it. Yeah, it's just going to be uncomfortable and take time, but you really can do it.
Yeah, it takes time. It takes time.
Yeah, and it takes, I would say, more time than it takes money. Because, there are opportunities out there, but when it comes down to putting that sweat equity in and start sacrificing, then we start making excuses. I'm too old. I'm too busy. They just trying to keep stuff, and they got it hidden and everything. We talked about that last week where people say so much, well, this is not what they teach us in school. Or did you ask the question?
Right.
Did you ask the question? Did you try to pursue it? We know what kind of student we were in school.
Right.
We knew if we were trying to learn more stuff, try to get more stuff, or we went for the bell to ring.
Or we wait for that girl to come for the bell to ring.
Come on now. Come on now.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, they didn't teach us this in school. They taught a lot of stuff in school if you really dug for it.
Right.
Now, again, were they actually going to be trying to be extra motivating, pull you to the side to push you? Probably not.
It really did depend on the student.
Well,
if they saw potential within you, they probably would. But
that's human nature.
Right.
You finna be spending all your damn time with somebody don't want to do a damn thing.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
That's just period.
I know I'm not.
Yeah. That's period. Exactly.
That's off your summers.
There you go.
That time off them summers, Pooch.
Gotta love them summers. Getting this change live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight's show we're discussing, are you waiting on another stimulus check? We're having an open discussion in regards to, um, are you the type of person that's waiting for opportunities? You trying to create them? Or you waiting for different things to come to you in life? I just wanted to open dialogue and anything. Is anybody asking any questions or anything like that in the chats or anything?
No, not on YouTube.
Anything like that? Anybody come in on? Okay. I got you. So
I'm gonna give a quick story of something, and I think I've talked about this before when I was in high school. And when I graduated high school, and I think you've talked about this, there wasn't no money. There wasn't no money for college. So I actually took the time out. When somebody helped me, don't get me wrong, because this was during the time where there was no cell phones, like in 85, 86. Mm-hmm. No cell phone, none of that stuff was going on. I actually had to go down to the library, and look for grants to pay for my college. And I did this, and it took me, I want to say it took me like 3 or 4 months to find the proper grant, get the information, get what they needed, do all that stuff in order to get the grant. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it took 4 months. I had to go down to the library just about every day, find it, get the information, go through. And these grants, and there's millions of grants. There's not thousands of grants. There's millions of grants. There's grants for people who want to see how long your toenails grow. There's grants for people who want to taste the tea all over the world, see what the different teas is like. There's grants for just about picking your nose. There's grants for everything, and I didn't know that until I started looking through them. There's grants it's so many grants for so many different things, and you have to sit there and look through every one, the description of them, who's providing them, what it's for, to see if it applies to you. You get what I'm saying? And that took 4 months to do.
The key word? Look.
Yeah.
You got to look.
You got to look, because it wasn't, and back then it wasn't no type in grant for going to college. It was basically, nah.
And that's the thing about
I'm 50.
What they said, that's the thing about it. People just don't want to have, like I said, have that's, that accountability on them. Mm-hmm. And that's, man, I'm telling you, man, that's the thing about it. People want stuff to fall in their lap. They want stuff to fall in their lap. I think, I'm a true believer, most people want to work. Mm-hmm. I don't think most people genuinely are lazy, but just go that extra step. And those people that don't mind going the extra step and being uncomfortable, they get awards for that. Mm-hmm. Are there some people that are lucky? Absolutely.
Right.
Are there some people that always get stuff given to them? Absolutely. But they're not a majority of the people that have stuff. No. Yeah. They're not a majority of them and everything like that. Hell, people don't do a damn thing, get stuff happen to them.
Sit at home all day.
Come on now.
Them the ones I don't like. I'm jealous of. I'm out here trying to get it.
No,
and they getting checks every day for nothing.
All the time, man. All the time. And you know what, lad? What it really comes down to, we start talking about movers and waiters. One of the main questions you got to ask yourself is, who do you trust? Mm. Who do you trust? Do you trust yourself or other people? Mm-hmm. We're going to get that disclaimer again. Ain't nothing wrong with either one.
Right.
But who do you trust? When we start talking about, do you trust yourself? Will you be accountable? Mm-hmm. Like you just said, I'm doing some self-reflection and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to keep my feet on the carpet, this, that, and that. That stuff didn't happen to me, so now I got to adjust. Mm-hmm. This didn't work out, now I got to go to plan B, C, D, F, whatever, go through the whole damn alphabet if I got to. Or you're going to be honest with yourself. Mm-hmm. Man, I could have worked a little harder. When I went out there and had that drink, I could have stayed in and worked on that, did a little bit more research and everything. And that's the thing you got to kind of be on there if you trust yourself. Mm-hmm. Am I going to make the decisions to turn down fun or being comfortable as part of being uncomfortable, and just work on certain things? Mm-hmm. Do you trust yourself? Or do you rather just put the stuff into other people? Nothing wrong with it where you sit there and say, you're not ready. You don't want to roll and carry that stress. You don't want to deal with that BS. I ain't got time for that. I don't want to deal with that stuff and everything. And you cool with other folks taking care of things. Mm-hmm. I can just look at it, from a personal standpoint. Like in grad school, when you go to go in most NBA programs now in grad school, they're group based. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you get in a group, you're like, shit, I gotta let me go on and get the keys and drive the car and disseminate.
Right.
And I've been in some groups like I'm in there with 3 alphas. Look, shit, hey bro, you straight.
Right.
I'm cool. I'll be an Indian. You the chief.
Right.
And that's the thing. Look, I let him carry that stress. Let him do the scheduling. Let him do the delegating and all that kind of stuff. Just tell him what you
figure
do.
out what we're gonna sell,
Yeah.
how we're gonna sell it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm fully supportive of it.
Yeah.
That's why I say there's nothing wrong with either way.
Yeah,
and
I've done that
everything.
in the groups before too. Like when we were selling stuff in the NBA program, and they was like, and the guy he just wanted to show him he was the boss. I'm like, okay, cool. You the CEO. We gonna, you know how you break down that structure. It's this your bus. I'm a passenger. You drive this. I'm good because I got 2 other courses over here. I gotta try to get a C in to maintain this grant anyway. So you take this stress and I'll do this stress over here.
You know, and I really got, I don't know if it's natural people sometimes. I got really that get ingrained in me in the military. Most times you get all kind of different leadership. People don't really care too much, you know, if it's a female, their sexual preference, their age, or anything like that. You just want a solid leader.
Yeah, that's it.
And somebody will call the army 8 up. They all got the stuff messed up and everything, indecisive. Don't I do stuff? Then you like, this some bull. I don't want to deal with everything like that.
Right.
But if you know how to sit there and just roll.
And you delegated it. It's good.
All right, cool, Sarge. All right. And we roll from there. And that's why I say I think you just got to ask that question, who you trust, you or other people.
Right.
And I think when you can be honest with yourself with that, I think you'll be okay. Again, this Change Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight's show we're talking about, are you still waiting on another stimulus check? And I know that title get everybody kind of a little shook and everything. And they did what it's supposed to do, kind of got everybody wondering. But it's really just an open discussion about how you feel about waiting or either creating certain opportunities in your life. And I want to start kind of wrapping everything up. We start looking at, you know, the certain expectations you can have either way. And the first one being, you know, can you, being realistic, we start talking about the self-check, self-assessment, can you really make things happen?
Mm-hmm.
Can you really make things happen? Like, to your question, like, do people feel like they actually are movers? They not necessarily, quote-unquote, are moving and everything. They actually jogging in place, running in a hamster wheel. Can you make things happen? Do you know you know that type of person you can do that?
Right.
You know, if you sit here and say, okay, man, ain't nobody taking your ass serious, or you just be like, man, I feel like jogging. I done went and bought some waist trainer. I done bought some tea. I done got some leotards and all this kind of stuff. Got a trainer, and like this, I ain't finna do this shit.
Right.
I ain't finna do it. You know, can you really make things happen? Do you feel the government, you know, sometimes, you know, has some kind of obligation to take care of you, and stuff like that?
I think that ties into them taxes.
A lot of people on here saying that they have to get their own check, or they can't wait on nobody else to give them their money.
I think most people, like I said, I think the vast majority of people will do it. The thing comes up is that, you know, again, I truly believe that most folks will, hey, I'm going out here and work, I'm going to get a job. The question you ask yourself, if the job wasn't there, would you go out there and cut grass?
Right.
Would you go out there, you know, and sell a place out the back of your house? Would you go out there and wash cars?
Would you do what was necessary?
Yeah. Are you that stuck from a humility standpoint to do that? Hey, I got to do what I got to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I sit there and wonder, like, because like I said, people work and everything. People, I really do feel that way. But in terms of, you know, you going to work and you actually being resilient enough to say, I'm going to make things happen, two whole different things.
Mm-hmm.
Two whole different things and stuff like that. And like I say, again, I don't never want to promote in terms of being negative, but I do think what we're going to be seeing and observing and experiencing over the next couple of months, a lot of things are going to be changing.
Right.
A lot of industries will be changing. Even I'm sitting here looking at it today, even with the virtual town hall with the teachers. Well, I'm looking at it, okay, if a teacher can sit here at home and instruct my child virtually, do we need 5 teachers for each grade?
Right.
Do we need them? Can we do, instead of 1 teacher with an aide working with 20 kids, can we get 2 for 50?
Right.
Do we need a school building?
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. You do.
Well, I'm just saying, when these questions come up, they're actually running the bus routes. The bus routes, you go to the bus route in the morning and pick up your kids' lunch, breakfast and lunch.
Really?
Yeah. So that's what's going on now.
So the bus ride is not carrying kids; they're carrying food.
They carrying food.
Okay.
I get them made for pimping.
Hey.
But I say this to say now we starting back to reflect. Do we need all that?
Right.
And now we start doing that. And that's really, I think, to help the bus drivers stay employed.
Mm-hmm.
So now we sit there like, damn, hell, we can outsource that to Lab. Lab got a company that'll do that same thing at a fraction of the cost. We cut him a check. We ain't got to pay him no health care.
Mm-hmm. No health care for him. No insurance for him and his bus and his crew because that comes out the monthly fee that we paying.
Absolutely.
But speak on the show that we did the other day about them wanting kids to go back.
Oh, but yeah, you know, on the speaking the Mike show, they talked about kids going back to play sports, football and stuff like that, and how some people wanted them to go back and some people didn't want them to go back, and how it was sacrificing the kid's career if they went back and caught this and got sick and things like that of that nature, trying to figure out how to pivot on that.
Well,
Kids would go back, you know,
They don't want to not go to school. They think they should go back.
for the
And one of the arguments was, if my child hot right now, and like a lot of folks looking at them, well then next year, when they say maybe bring him back,
He won't be that
another child
hot.
might be done stopped, done picked up, and that child might be hot. So now your child done missed the window because of COVID, but now this child is where your child was then. If that makes sense.
make a lot of sense, but I'm telling you, so I heard Tucker High School coach talk the other night. He said something that just to that argument that made perfect sense, and something I hadn't even thought about. Everything trickle down from the NFL, college to high school. So just to that point, say if this your child's senior year, and this their opportunity to go for college. If they stop it, they've stopped what? College and everything. So now what happens? That kid that was in college, he gets what? A whole nother damn year.
Right.
So your child still ain't gonna have it any damn way.
Right.
Because the child that was in college, he got another year. So the opportunity that you feel like he missing, he ain't gonna get any damn way because they gonna get a redo.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. Right.
So I don't think it's gonna work for no damn body.
Right.
You know, and everything. And I thought about that because at the end of the day, if the season gets suspended at the collegiate level, they're gonna give that kid what?
Another year.
Another year. And at the end of the day, they only have so many. So your child ain't gonna get it any damn way.
Right.
Or they're gonna have to do some kind of redo. And I had never thought about it like that. It's trickle down.
Right.
So
The spot that your kid will get is gonna be filled anyway because the other kid's taking a year.
and I'm kind of in between because my son is he plays high school football. He's been going to practice and they're just doing the social distance. Nobody's touching, and everybody's waiting for Georgia High School Association to announce what they're going to do or not. So nothing been cut in stone. I also had a child that graduated this year. That was a decent track runner. He couldn't run track this year. He did okay last year, not the warrant. I think he could have actually competed and got scholarships for track this year,
Right.
but he wasn't able to do it. And we had to pivot and go somewhere else with that, you know, in terms of him going into military and everything. But that's just life with pivoting.
Right.
You got to ask yourself a couple questions like, okay, is their health warranted and everything like that? But also, again, like, you know, the thing you think you're missing out on, you don't know if you're going to have it anyway.
Right.
Like, I'm just saying that if they don't have it, what you going to do? They're going to get another redo. Your child ain't going to get it anyway.
Right.
You know, that's just one of the things I don't think really people really look at it and everything. One thing that I just look at with my baby boy, and it kind of be bothering me because now he ain't in school. Well, he about to lose his damn mind because he has no kind of socialization. He has no kind of socialization, playing with kids, doing this kind of stuff. I mean, he's Nickelodeon out. He's YouTubed out. You know, I done caught him a couple times. He done damn, you know, manifested a lifetime.
What? He watching Lifetime.
So I say this to say that we all gonna be uncomfortable.
Right.
And I hear guys saying that, but I just think people if it comes down to it, they're not gonna have any kind of decision in it. So I'm just saying, if it comes down to number one, you don't know if it's gonna be available.
Right.
But if it comes down to, cause you seen most of the collegiate, you've seen right now, SWAC, SIH, all these different, especially a lot of smaller schools, they've canceled it. No sports this fall, right?
Right.
And so by NCAA, they're going to do what? Give them what? Hardships to get again. So they still going to have what? Opportunity to what? Do it again.
Right.
So your child is not going to get that anyway. Right?
Right.
So the thing that you think fighting for, hell, it ain't going to be there any damn way. So it's going to be funny. It's going to be funny. Again, it's going to come down to a decision on something you really ain't going to have too much say-so on.
Right.
And I don't think people, when I heard the guy say that, I hadn't thought about that. And I don't think most people think about that and everything in terms of what you're saying, hey, I got to do this. There's a chance that another kid can come out and everything like that. It might ain't come to, you had that damn decision.
Right.
Because your child done graduated. Damn well, again, if they say they can't do it, they out of high school. They've graduated. It's just one of them unfortunate things. Do I wish my son could go back and ran track this year? We worked a lot this summer, this off-season stuff to do that, and it ain't there. What can I say?
Right.
What can I say?
Right.
I don't think I can say him, to be honest with you. When I wanted him to bust his tail in 11th grade, and he was sitting there, I'll get it next year.
Right.
It kind of, you reflect on, you don't necessarily know if that's going to happen.
Right.
And so I hear the argument, but the only thing about it, you just don't know if you're going to have that option and everything like that and stuff. So that's the thing about that. And I'm more so kind of look at it because at the end of the day, I don't know if they're going to have high school football.
You don't think so?
I really don't know. I don't say I don't think so. I just don't know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they still debating on it. They have not laid the shit out concrete yet.
Right.
And I think those Paulding County schools, Cherokee County schools, that's a damn placebo that's messing up where it's going to say, well, look.
So that's everywhere.
Yeah. So now you're sitting there because, let's be realistic. There is no social distancing in football. There's no social distancing in basketball. And exactly. So you're predicating. I just thought about just playing sports my whole life. Isn't that to blow snot on the field, spit on the field, sweating pores open, coughing at the bottom of a pile? Exactly. We know about being asymptomatic. So even if he don't have a fever or another child have a fever, that doesn't mean it. So all this stuff is going on. I don't know, man. I don't know. And so again, I just think that it's very important to have them plan B, C, D, and all that kind of stuff together. Because you're making plans on that and everything. I hear like, well, that shot, again, the actual opportunities you think going to be there probably ain't going to be there.
Right.
Because I can see at the collegiate level, them getting a second chance, whereas high school they're not going to do that.
Okay.
I don't see that. I see the colleges sitting there saying the kids can have another year to do that.
But you don't get to that.
Or you don't get that in high school. And it's just going to be kind of like,
In limbo.
get in where you fit in.
Right.
Get in where you fit in. They may have a suspense thing that, hey, your child was a senior, we maybe can hold them up, but these kids here got to get channeled in. You may have some seniors this year in college that'll probably get a chance to do stuff over, and they may, hey, get them opportunity, the ones that want to stay and do it over, and they want to go in the draft off probably merit they had up previous years. But I think all kids that are in college, to be honest with you, they're going to get opportunity to do over. I really feel that way. Because you get hardships all the time. And I think this is going to be an exception. But they ain't going to do that from the high school level.
Right.
So, like I said, that I don't necessarily know if that's an option you can control. Just something to think on, with that and everything. And I don't think most people, when that brother said that, I said, damn, I thought about that. I said, look, man, you don't know if that's going to be there. Because if they can't do it, I mean, look how many programs, even the major programs now, they've canceled a lot of their out-of-conference games. The SEC hasn't done it, but the Big Ten has done it. It's another major Power 5. I think 2 Power 5 conferences have canceled all out-of-conference scheduled games. So, again, the next move would be like, well, we're going to suspend it this year. Everybody practicing, but the hammer ain't came down yet.
Right.
But they're going to give them another opportunity. So, typically, you allotted, on average, 20 to 25 scholarships each year. That's every school, which ain't a lot. I just don't necessarily know them opportunities gonna be there and everything. But go back to what I say again. You better control your controllables.
Right.
You know, work on the chess game, work on the ping pong game.
Work on his academics.
Yeah. Well, you know, even with the academics lab, we talk about this. Good grades can get you in college, but good grades usually get you accepted.
Right.
And that's like you just say it. There's a reason why you as studious as you were, you still were what? Looking for grant money.
Right. I was looking
You
for
know,
grant
you look for
money.
grant money. Good grades get you. You can't get in. I don't think you can get in UGA as a student with less than a 3.5 GPA.
Right.
So again, that's gonna get you accepted. Ain't nobody said a damn thing about paying.
Paying forward.
And we start talking about what hope and all this other kind of stuff. Like, okay, it's gonna pay for so much.
Right.
So again, you know, it is what it is,
Mm-hmm.
and everything like that. You know, athletics give you more opportunities than just being a regular student. My oldest son, was a great student. He had a 3.5 GPA, but would he have gotten to Vanderbilt? You know, as a regular student,
Right.
more than likely not.
Right.
Now, the
Right.
degree is the degree
Right.
and everything like that. But he had offers from every Ivy League school, to Dartmouth, Princeton, Yale, Brown, all of them. Would he have got as a regular student? No.
Nope.
But because he had quote unquote good grades and he played football good, that was allocated to him.
Right.
And so again, we can work on academics, but again, it still come down to the money.
Mm-hmm.
Still come down to it. So I think people just have to be realistic about that kind of stuff and everything. And the question you ask yourself again, and it's not a bad thing, and I keep getting this disclaimer, but at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, are you comfortable with other people controlling your destiny?
Mm-hmm.
Now, your destiny, we ain't got to sit here and look at it, you know, okay, that you feel like, okay, I'm not trying to do anything with my life. But we all, to some point or another, got something that can affect it.
Right.
And you got to sit here and be realistic what you can and can't pivot on,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and everything like that. You say, well, look, I'm going to do this. I'm going to work hard. I mean, the government keeping the post office open.
Right.
Could we use UPS and FedEx probably more cheaper? Probably. So. I mean, let's be real.
They
We
talking about the post office now ain't gonna do letters no more after a while. They gonna just be a same competition as UPS and FedEx, delivering packages.
That's going to go along as the government kind of restrict or hold them up.
Right.
Well, UPS and FedEx, no, we still been working like on the web.
Because during the pandemic, people ordering stuff online. They ain't going to the store. They ordering it online and getting it there. Right.
And Amazon going to find some damn way to take their ass out.
They doing it already. They slowly doing it with all their trucks with the smile on the side of
Let
it.
me tell you something. The other morning, man, I was coming from the salon and dropped some toiletries off. I don't know if it's a hub over there or something over there on Roosevelt Highway, but I seen down 4 or 5 damn Amazon trucks going different ways.
Roosevelt Highway. Oh yeah, it's a Amazon building over there.
Okay, so that explains it. But my whole point,
It's
just
a
hub over there.
it's a hub over there.
Okay, but see, even with that said, hey, you got all these damn, you know, they making these deliveries and stuff like that. Look how much they done cut out the middleman.
Mm-hmm.
Look how much they've cut it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've got the whole control of their whole supply chain.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're saying, why we got to do this, why we got to do that?
From
And-
store to door.
Exactly. And now it's just a matter of them, you know, they take over the DoorDashes, they take over the Grub Hubs and stuff like that. It's just, hey, man, it is what it is. You know, that's the thing we got to sit here and be realistic about.
Right.
Go back to that video. We're going to need 2 things, thinkers and fixers. Thinkers and fixers.
Thinkers and
If
fixers.
you-
And the last comment I guess I'll make is that somebody said in order for anybody to feel uncomfortable, no, they gotta wait. In order for anyone to move, they have to feel uncomfortable. Meaning that ain't nobody gonna try to get their own money, get anything else until they feel uncomfortable, like they'll sit there and wait.
Not necessarily. Some folks self-driven. Some folks move on their own. And some folks, you know, hey, they have to get uncomfortable. Like I said, get a fire lit up on them. And some folks, when they feel down and stuff like that, they just lay in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
They lay in the bed. You know, again, when you have change, doesn't necessarily always have a positive reaction with some people.
Mm-hmm.
Some people get disgruntled. Some people quit. Some people, just, you know, everybody don't necessarily move in a positive way when things get bad for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just, it is what it is. And that's why I kind of want to have these discussions, because it's easy for me to blame you, to look on me, you know, than look at myself and say, well, damn, man, I got to start over.
Mm-hmm.
Got to go back to school. Got to do a career change. Been doing this stuff for years. Now I got to do something different. It's easy for me to blame you
Right.
and sit here instead of doing that, instead of just stopping. And look, my way of doing things for the past 20 years is over. I might got to do something different.
Right.
I might got to start this landscaping company. I might got to start painting. I might got to start doing this, that, and that. I might got to start selling plates. And the who? Saturday, August 8th. The PPP loan stops August 8th. They may extend it, with anything with the new stimulus program, but August 8th is going to be the last date. Again, subscribe to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. All this information I put, the deadlines. That was a video. As a matter of fact, that was the first video I did by 1 o'clock this morning. I think it opened up at 7. Mm-hmm. Just reiterate everybody, the deadline is August 8th.
Yeah.
This Saturday.
Yeah, no, I think she said November, October, November. That's what I heard on NPR.
Well, they're doing it now. The issue's gonna come up. They're gonna start back, especially when you start going back in the next tax season. That you got this money and everything. Where's the business? What happened with it? What did you do with it and everything? All that stuff gonna be tied back in together. That tax ID number, it's gonna you're gonna have to get on the carpet for that and everything too. So they ain't scared nobody, but they just be honest with people and everything. So. Again, I just want everybody to kind of, what I want you to pull from this show is kind of self-reflect and think about how you are, how, the world revolves around you and how you interact with the world. And again, it's not to make you change or do things differently, but just be honest with yourself. Are you cool with how things can be? Because the government can keep putting Band-Aids and this and helping and doing this, that, and that. But, yeah, they're going to run out of options eventually. They're going to run out of options. We can do this, we can do that, we can help people with this and help people with that. But, again, we talk about this all the time, technology and innovation. It's going to change it. Damn, man, look how Zoom stock done went up. Look at all this kind of stuff, man. Zoom, Yard Stream, and all this kind of stuff. I don't need to be dealing with all this kind of stuff and do that. Look at the people can sit here and get educated online, do all this other kind of stuff, work more efficiently, get all kind of stuff. It's just different. It's just different. Those, me and a friend of mine, we had an in-depth conversation. He was real adamant that he think people still would do workspace shift. He's like, people still can do it, people still want it. I don't agree with that. I don't we work and all them other places like that. Yeah. Hell no, because number one,
I don't think it's necessary.
Well, number one,
I don't think it's it's gonna be some industries that need it. That you have those small offices where people need to get stuff notarized and stuff like that. That'll be different. But even that is gonna change because you can DocuSign stuff now.
There you go, which is a stock. About 3 years ago, a good friend of mine brought it to me and it just exploded. With doing that kind of stuff. You sitting there looking at it, that's just like me being a salon owner. Hell, you might have had the option of having it open or going in a certain place. So we start talking about that kind of stuff. Those kind of things that people going to constantly want to deal with.
Right.
Because even if you have a shared workspace, hell, folks really don't want to go no damn well. And everything. So I just want to kind of put that challenge out to everybody. Just think about certain things. Again, we're not trying to talk about what's right or what's wrong. If you wrong, you're lazy and all this other kind of stuff. But I just want people to start being actively thinking about their personal mentality, if they're a mover or if they're a waiter, how that can negatively impact. And when I say negative, I don't want nobody to be hurt or be in a reactionary mode to something happening. And they looking like, oh, Lord, my whole world finna end. I done did so much for this company. I've been doing this. This is all I know how to do. Now I can't do nothing else. I don't want people in that kind of way of thinking. But again, a lot of folks are going to be forced, and a lot of people have been forced to just stop. Look, you can't do that no more. It just ain't there. It just ain't there. You can't do it no more. It's not an option. And to be proactive with thinking, okay, look, maybe I should change. You don't have to do a whole 360 on the way you think or the way you move, but you might do a little turn or a twist here and just,
check it out.
Exactly, and everything. So it's, as always when we talk, man, I appreciate all the dialogue and interaction you guys have. And I appreciate you guys, going to Mr. Changing Lives and following us and everything and stuff. So we got a great month of August planned ahead for you guys and stuff. And a lot of similar conversations about what we're talking about now in regards to what's going on in the world, how we're going to adjust to it and everything. probably beginning next week. Had a little bump early in this week, kind of threw a little stuff off with putting some of the promos and some of the stuff out and everything. But it's right there laid out and everything. So the courses for this and Mr. Short Dollar gonna come out and everything. Oh, they'll be out this month.
This month,
Yeah,
okay.
month. Everything was supposed to start coming out this week.
Right.
But like I said, a little bump in the road, kind of threw some stuff off. But yeah, that's all I do. like a true soldier,
That's right.
about face, But as always, to everybody, I wish you guys the best of luck. Thanks for the support and everything. So make sure you go to Mr. Change the Live, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Also go to Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, real estate, business and entrepreneurship. Subscribe to that channel, look at the videos and stuff. A lot of the questions we talk about, the PPP, government funding, personal finance, a lot of the information is on there. So if you guys have questions about budgeting, goal setting and stuff, go to Mr. Short Dollar, check it out. If you got questions about, again, that video posted today about helping your child establish credit, that ain't got a damn thing to do with the pandemic and everything like that. Those are just good tips to help you to set your child on a path once they graduate high school, to help them. Gave stuff with just helping them. Those tips that I gave were helping them establish credit. I think if you practice one or two of those, you can put your child in a whole different stratosphere than if you don't even try to do this. So make sure you go to Mr. Short Dollar to check out that video, establishing credit for them. But also, look at when we change lives. We talk about the family, mental health, personal improvement, motivation, all this stuff been out, man. So keep looking for them opportunities. Keep taking care of yourself. Be safe out there. Take care of your families. Continue to grow. I love you guys. Thanks for the support, and I'll see you next week.